It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise on this marvelous Monday. I'm Anastasia Palacios and it is a pleasure to be in your company.
Good morning, I'm Philip Simon. Happy Monday to you.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful weekend, Phil.
It was a great weekend. The weather was excellent. Went to Fusion, actually, Superplex. I apologize. For the first time, I literally sat through a movie. We had the choice between How to Train Your Dragon and Captain Marvel, and I was able to convince the kids, listen,
That's to Captain Marvel.
train that dragon another time.
Selfish daddy. But it really was a good movie, a great celebration, of course, launching for International Women's Day. And so I had the opportunity to go and see it with Fusion. They did something special for some of the women in the community. So I saw it on the Thursday before International Women's Day.
Before the launch.
Yeah, but it was a pre-showing, and it was certainly a wonderful film.
Yeah.
So encouraging you guys to go out and see it.
Yeah.
But I had a really busy weekend, Phil. It actually started on Thursday, as I indicated, not just with Fusion, but doing an exciting panel with some young people through the National Congress of Trade Unions,
Cool.
talking to some high school students just about women's rights from a school perspective, and that was pretty interesting. Went on Friday night, of course, spending some time with hubby. Checked out Sky Bar at Bahamas.
I haven't been.
You have to
yet.
go. I feel like it's your spot. I definitely feel like a Phil vibe.
But I'm not an Arawaki type of guy.
You are definitely an Arawaki type of guy, but you're also a Sky Bar type of
Okay,
guy.
all
So I
right,
feel like
all
you'll. I feel like you just vibe.
All right, okay.
And then on Saturday, really dynamic. On Friday we talked to the Alphas about this event
fair.
that they were doing.
Yeah, the college fair.
I met 4 of these HBCU presidents. If you hear their stories, how they came to be in academia,
Right.
one of them graduating high school with a 1.98, and this is why I really want to emphasize this. A 1.98, but has gone on to become a president of a university
Wow.
because he was a late bloomer, and really just encouraging kids, saying, you know what, even if you have a 2.5, if you got a 3.0,
Wow.
whatever it is, I am looking for you.
Yeah.
And so really an awesome opportunity through the AKs and A5As. And then congratulations to my sister Ambrosine, honored by Toastmasters Club. 7178 this past weekend. They celebrated 20 years, so congratulations to all of the Toastmasters in 7178.
Congratulations, Ambrosine.
And then finally ending the weekend with Greek Fest. So it was a
good,
long
good,
weekend,
good.
really
It's a
long
long
weekend.
weekend. Did the Lakers win this weekend?
The Lakers did not win.
I'm just asking for a
You were
friend.
shady. You're not asking for anyone because all Lakers know we lost. But this is what people do, guys. Okay, and I want you to prepare yourself for this week as you go into it. People who cannot talk about the people that do. And he doesn't support any team, right? So he feels comfortable in throwing shade because he doesn't want to stand behind anyone's wagon. So we're not into Phil.
Listen, man,
we're going to ignore him like we ignore all haters.
I'm currently a warrior and a patriot. Listen, I want to say good morning to my mother, mom. Listen, thinking about you today. Have a wonderful day. And listen, we've got a full show.
We do. We have a really
show.
full show lined up for you, so we're looking forward to it. And we hope that you'll stay with us throughout. What do we have, Phil?
Well, we've got the Medical Association. I saw Dr. Charles upstairs. They're going to be here to talk about an upcoming conference.
Okay.
And UB Fit is back. I think it's that time of year again for the run, the race, the walk, the roll, the push. Everybody's invited.
All right, so we've got all of that coming up for you, and we've got more. In addition to that, we have the World Beauty Fitness and Fashion Inc.
Yeah,
They're
saw
going to
two
be,
cuties upstairs.
I'm interested in finding out more about that. So they're going to be here to talk to us about the show that they're doing in the Bahamas later this year. Very excited, guys. So excited about this. We have Moores Island School back with us again. You might remember they were here last year.
Yeah.
My good teacher, Sophia Smith, taught me English back in the 8th grade, has a passion for production. She always brings the students on the show, and this year they're going to be doing a performance of The Wizard of Oz. So we've got a segment of that performance for you. And then I've got some women in STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They're going to be talking to us as representatives of the company Braun about what they've done for International Women's Day and just encouraging our girls to think about different career paths. So it's really a full show, but a great show, and we hope that you'll stay with us.
Yes, please stay tuned. But of course, we got to do things right. We've had wonderful weather the past couple of days, and the man responsible, Godfrey Burnside. I shouldn't say that.
No, you shouldn't say
The man
that.
responsible. But anyway, Godfrey Burnside with our first look at weather at sunrise.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Phil, and good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at sunrise. We do have a high-pressure system across the islands. That's been dominant the last couple of days. It'll be dominant along the week, but we have a weak frontal boundary moving near Grand Bahama and Abaco sometime on Wednesday morning. Would not cross the islands, but stay to the north of it and create 1 or 2 little spotty showers over the next couple of days. In your weather today, we're looking at mostly sunny and warm. Slight chance of 1 to 2 few spotty showers. High temperature 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a few patchy clouds on the mild side. A low temperature going down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 82 and 75. In Jamaica 80 and 68. In Trinidad 85 and 74. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 83 and 70. Across North America, Atlanta 61 and 52. In Raleigh 62 and 49. In Miami 83 and 72. Dallas, Texas 55 and 50. And Toronto, Canada 37 and 32. As we go through the week, nice weekend still weather-wise. That high pressure will shift, like I said. Cold front comes near the islands. So we're still looking at partly sunny for the most part. Increased showers probably at Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Wednesday by Wednesday into Thursday. And then a nice weekend still weather-wise, having another cold front by early next week. Though temperature daytime will be in the low 80s, at nighttime in the upper 60s to lower 70s. That puts a wrap on your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Well, this morning we're starting the show off with a bang. Well, maybe some red slippers clacking together. We're going to find out more about it. I've got the Moores Island Comprehensive School here today, and they're sharing with us about their latest production, The Wizard of Oz. Of course, written and directed by the best of the best, Sophia Smith, my former teacher. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, everyone.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure to have Moores Island in the house this morning. And I know that you guys are going to do a segment for us in just a while, so I'm going to let them see that. But I want to talk to you, Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith, this is another year, another production.
Another year, another production. We're very excited. We're doing Wizard of Oz at UB, and we have a cast of 27 students.
Okay.
This is only a small. The rest of them coming on Tuesday.
Okay.
And we can't wait for them to come because we're all excited. We can't wait to share this with everybody.
And Ms. Smith, I've had the privilege of seeing some of your shows in the past, and what people may not know is the way that you take these stories and really turn them into something Bahamian. Can we expect to see you including Bahamian songs in this again? What can we expect from The Wizard of Oz?
The actual script this time, the lines are authentic.
Okay.
However, you know, we had to throw a little bit of junkanoo in. we doing the celebration Bahamian style, and so we look forward to, you know, just in certain little aspects and little nuances, and the children bring their unique flair to the stage as well, and so, you know, they got that Moores Island twang in there, and so you're going to hear that dialect in there at some point, you know. And so in its way, just because we're using Bahamian actors, they do that. But the lines itself, we've tried to stick straight to it because we really wanted that message to come across with the theme of family and no place like home. And I think the kids do an awesome job of projecting that.
Excellent. So, Ms. Smith, I know we're going to go with sample for them this morning, but where can we buy tickets? Because, I mean, this is a big initiative to fly kids in from Moores Island, to give them this space and this stage. We want to make sure that they're supported. How can people support you and buy tickets?
Well, at this point in time, they just need to come and pay at the door. We have 3 shows. Well, the first one is sold out because we're catering to high school students for the first 2 shows. But the public is welcome to join us for 7 o'clock at UB, and it's just $10 right at the door. So they can come on down, bring family, and of course it's kids friendly, so it's a family event. Anybody welcome to see it, and it's a good time to be had. Very, very low cost.
Very, very low cost. And give me the date one more time.
It is Thursday, the 14th of March, and
Okay.
it's 7 p.m. at the University of the Bahamas.
All right, well, listen, I want to see these young thespians do their thing. Of course, we want to encourage you to come on out. That's this Thursday, March 14th, 7 o'clock p.m. Y'all take it away, man. Show me it's no place like home, no place like Moores Island.
Who killed my sister? Who killed the wicked witch of the east? Was it you? Answer me. Leave her alone. You stay out of this. I'm here for vengeance. So it was you, wasn't it?
No, I didn't mean it. It's an accident, I swear.
Didn't mean it, eh? Accident, eh? Well, my little pretty, I can cause accidents too. And this is how I do it.
Now which way do we go?
That way is a very nice way.
Who said that? Don't be silly, Toto. Scarecrows don't talk.
It's pleasant down that way too.
That's funny. Wasn't he pointing the other way?
Of course, people do go both ways.
Why? You did say something, didn't you? Are you doing that on purpose, or you can't make up your mind?
That's the trouble. I can't make up my mind. I haven't got a brain, only scrawl.
Well, how can you talk if you haven't got a brain?
Well, some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Lions and tigers. Ah!
Put 'em up, put 'em up. Which one of you first? I'll fight you both together if you want. I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Oh, sneak up on me, eh? Sneaking up on me, eh? Why?
Hey, why don't you get on here and leave us alone?
Oh, scared, huh? How long can you stay fresh in that tin can? Put your hands up, you lopsided bag of hay.
Now that's getting personal, Lion.
Ding dong.
Who rang that bell?
We
did.
Can't you read?
Read what?
The notice.
What notice?
It's on the door as plain as the notice on my face.
Bell out of order. Please not.
Well, that's more like it. Now state your business.
We want to see the wizard.
Ooh, the wizard. But nobody's ever seen the Great Horse. Even I've never seen him.
Then how do you know there is one?
E-I-O. You're wasting my time.
Oh, please, sir. We want to see the wizard right away. All four of us. The good witch of the north sent me.
Prove it.
She's wearing the ruby slippers she gave on.
So she is. Well, bust my buttons. That's a horse of a different color. Come on in.
All right, and so ladies and gentlemen, remember that you can come on out and see this show this coming Thursday, March 14th. Doors open at, well, we're going to open about 6:30, so you want to be there because the show's got to start at 7. You can get those tickets at the door, $10 to take your family out. Ms. Smith, what is acting do for kids? What is the reason that you continue to just pour your heart and soul into just giving us these productions?
I just posted a picture of us here, and I got on my Snap, and one of my, as you know, I don't let you all go too far from me, no matter how long. And one of my former students who we had on the show last year, he's to another school now, and he sent a message, and he was like, Miss Smith, I remember this, and we send Elias, I'm sending you a shout out because he's watching, and we have so many, Erica and those who love you to death and who love the stage, and it's an opportunity, an outlet for passion, an outlet to for creativity. These children are writers in their own right. They're performers, and it takes them to another level, and in a state where there's no place like home. There's nothing else to do but just perform and leave it on the table.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to all of you, knowing that you're going to do a wonderful show, because only good things happen when you come to Bahamas at Sunrise. And we will see you all on Thursday, because everybody's going to come out to support Moores Island. Thanks again for joining us this morning. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 321-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. I telling you he's been in all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with Rev Go Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. The Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Bahamas Dental Association will be hosting its 47th conference this week under the theme, Pursuing Your Passion. Very pleased to be joined on Bahamas at Sunrise by Dr. Lorne Charles. He's the Vice President of the Association and, of course, an OBGYN at the Women's Specialist Medical Center. You know, you got to say it like that, Doc. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Welcome
Pleasure
to
to
Bahamas
be here.
at Sunrise.
Yeah,
Your first time.
First time.
All right. Had to have a conference to bring you on the show, right?
Absolutely.
All right, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah.
So 47 years, I was kind of surprised by that. The association is 47 years old?
Yeah, just to give the gist, the context, the association started in the 50s when you had a predominance of British physicians in the Bahamas.
Okay.
And in the 70s, there was a conversion. Well, initially when it was first formed, it was associated with the British Medical Association. But as we got more indigenous talent, more Bahamians coming back with specialization in the 70s, it became authentically the Bahamas Medical Association.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the purpose of the conference. I mean, it's obviously been going for a number of years.
Right.
Is it open to just doctors or anybody can attend?
No, it is open to the general public, but it's of particular importance to not just doctors, but healthcare workers.
Okay.
So in 2014, legislation was passed requiring doctors to attend academic events and accrue what is called continuing medical education points.
Right, okay.
And the conference does provide a massive opportunity to accrue those points. So that has been a secondary goal of the conference. But in general, it's just a great opportunity, perhaps the biggest opportunities for doctors to interact, commune, share ideas with each other as well as relevant other medical professionals.
If somebody from the general public is interested in attending, would it be open to them as well?
It will be open to them, yes, it will be. Yep. And they can go to the website, www.mabbahamas.com, and they will get all the information regarding pricing, etc., to attend.
What's the dates?
March 13th through 15th.
Okay. All right.
The 13th is a cocktail reception initially. That's 6:30 to about 9 on Wednesday. And there's going to be addresses by the Prime Minister, the Minister of Health, and the keynote speaker who's going to speak on the theme, which is Pursuing Your Passion, Dr. Conville Brown.
Okay.
So that's a social event initially, and then we launch into the academic component Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
8 to 3:30 every day.
8 to 3, okay. What can people expect? I mean, what were some of the topics that you're going to be covering over those 2 days?
Yeah, well, for the first time, we have integrated with the Dental Association, so there's going to be a dental tract.
Which is an interesting mix, you know.
Well, dentists are our colleagues, in fact,
right.
you know. I mean, there's been a artificial, I don't want to say division, but
Right.
separation of the two professions.
Right, right.
But we felt that this year's executive felt that it would be great to integrate and have a broader reach with respect to the conference. The topics, I mean, there are a wide range of topics from foreign presenters and proudly from quite a bit of Bahamian presenters.
Okay.
Sickle cell anemia, there will be obesity, there is medical marijuana as a pain medication. That's a pertinent topic nowadays. There is even not necessarily just purely medical topics from an academic standpoint. There's also going to be managing your practice from an entrepreneurial perspective for doctors, marketing, billing, and coding. And I think that many doctors will find that very relevant because, you know, we're so busily training on academic material, we neglect the entrepreneurial component.
NHI?
Not NHI as a discrete topic on the listing, but NHI is always relevant.
Right.
And I'm certain during the keynote address and the speech by the minister on Wednesday, I'm sure that that's going to creep in at some point. In terms of topics, on Thursday we will have also a very important topic for nurses, because I don't know if you heard that there's a mass exodus of nurses.
Yeah, it's been a challenge for a number of years.
So we have brought in a senior nurse from the U.S. to enlighten us on what it takes to keep indigenous talent.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, you've obviously been practicing for quite a number of years, despite the youthfulness, right?
Yeah.
But how have you seen the evolution of health, generally speaking, in the country over the last 15 to 20 years? Obviously, more information is out there, but are we healthy?
The thing is, you know, medicine has two aspects. You know, we have had a lot of Bahamian specialists, highly trained in very complex areas of medicine. But that's with respect to pure practice. But I think, you know, we have neglected, but we're beginning to cover ground in this area, which is basically social awareness, preventative healthcare. So, you know, the majority of diseases that doctors train to treat on the back end are preventable.
Okay.
You know, whether it's screening for cancers or chronic communicable diseases, obesity, all of those lifestyle modifications that could result in a reduced disease load in the country.
All right.
So we're beginning to emphasize that.
Okay. Well, great. Give us the details one more time. The upcoming conference this week, Pursuing Your Passion, the dates, the times?
Yes. The 13th of March, Wednesday, there'll be a cocktail reception, 6:30 to 9:30. And on Thursday and Friday, we launch into the academic aspects of the conference, 8 o'clock to 3:30 p.m. It's going to be held at the Bahamas Convention Center.
Okay.
And we have integrated a dentist this year, so it's going to be, we expect it to be one of the largest conferences held. Yeah. And we're pretty excited about it.
Is there a cost?
Yes, there is a cost. Now the cost is tiered, so I can't get into the details, but once you go to the website and you identify the category of a visitor, then you can pick and choose exactly what fee is relevant to you.
Give us our website one more time.
www.mabbahamas.com.
All right, Lauren. Thank you so much for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise. We've been with the Vice President of the Bahamas Medical Association. We'll be right back.
WTO memberships will bring benefits to the Bahamas. These benefits include increased economic growth and development, increased opportunities for Bahamian exports, higher employment, better income for Bahamian workers, lower cost of living for Bahamian consumers, increased choices for Bahamian consumers, modernization in government services, and better relations with trade partners. These benefits, combined with progressive planning and execution by our private and public sectors, will produce a better life for Bahamians.
I always wanted to come back to the College of Bahamas. I wanted to be a faculty. When the opportunity came for me to be Vice President of Operations, I said, well, let me try that first. It makes me proud because I was here before. I feel as if now I'm sort of like a beacon for those students who are here to say, hey, listen, I can actually be a Vice President. I can actually be one of the big leaders at the university. I'm Ronnie Stevenson, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
So who really own the Nassau Container Port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do. Thank you.
I do.
I do. And one day,
he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
I'm Jennifer Basden, Group Sales and Marketing Manager for Bahamas Air, and it's my pleasure to invite you to experience Houston. From out-of-the-world excitement at Space Center's Houston, the gateway to NASA's mission control, to the over 10,000 restaurants representing cuisine from more than 70 countries. Houston has it all. Come, experience Houston with direct service on Bahamas Air. For more information on flight and packages, visit bahamasair.com.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, the World Beauty Fitness and Fashion Inc., also known as the WBFF, is a diverse lifestyle brand servicing the fitness, beauty, fashion, competitive sport, health, and wellness industries. A whole mouthful, and they've got more to say because the WBFF Worlds 2019 will be held in the Bahamas this August at the Grand Hyatt Resort at Bahamar. Here to tell us more about it and how you can get involved, we're very happy to welcome Paul Dillette. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the WBFF. Allison Dillette, she's the Executive Vice President. And Vanessa Jardim, who is Miss WBFF Bikini 2018. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you.
A pleasure to have all of you, and of course we've woken up the girls as well because we've got something exciting for our young people who are watching the show also. But before we get into that, I kind of want to get a background on who you are and kind of what you do. You're seen as a global leader in fitness, beauty, and modeling, but what is the overall goal of the WBFF?
Well, we got into the fitness industry because I was a professional athlete myself, and I just didn't like the way things were being run. So myself and my wife decided to start our own brand with our own ideas and our own concept. She came from a dance background, so we meshed the two together and started the World Beauty Fitness and Fashion. So it's one part beauty, one part fashion, and we throw the fitness in with it and create the WBFF.
Okay. And Mr. Jardim, I know that you're from Brazil, right?
Yes.
All right. But so how many countries do you operate in globally?
I think we're
over 40.
Yeah.
Over 40 countries.
Over 40 country and over every continent.
Okay,
Yes.
that's exciting stuff. That's exciting stuff.
And this will be our first Caribbean show.
Okay.
So we're really excited for that.
Let's talk about the show. Is it a contest? Because obviously she's wearing a crown, so I feel like she's won a prize. Is it a contest? Are there categories? Kind of what are those categories, and what does the actual show look like?
So we have categories for both the men and the ladies.
Okay.
So we've got our pro categories for our elite contestants who've competed with us before in the past and obtained their professional status. However, we also have the amateur category. So for anyone aspiring to be a model, anyone out there at all who is interested in, stepping up on stage and achieving a goal, a personal goal in their own fitness journeys, we have that for them as well.
Okay.
It's true. What we do is truly about taking beautiful young ladies and gentlemen and take them from there's some that were just average people going about their thing, and the fitness thing was a hobby for them, and we've been able to transcend them to another level, where we've turned so many different guys and girls into celebrities, into superstar. One of our latest was one of our champion. We just put her with the WWE. Where she's now become one of their main superstar on their shows. It can happen for anyone, and that's when you ask what's the difference within the pros and the amateur is the opportunities that come with becoming a WBFF pro. It's just a higher status, and when they achieve that, it makes more companies want to take them for marketing purposes because we market our models just so much.
Okay. So Vanessa, how long have you been with the WBFF?
I competed with the WBFF since 2016.
Okay.
And it was amazing. It was my first show. I
Mhm.
competed in Tampa.
Okay.
It was a very nice experience because it's different than anything that I ever done in my life. It's
Okay.
a nice experience. Yeah.
All right. And so are you into fitness regularly, and what have you kind of been doing since you started competing with them?
Yeah, since I started competing, I don't know, my goal just to achieve more things in the fitness industry, and the WBFF helps me a lot with that because you want to improve yourself, you want to be better every show. So this is the most important thing. You want to present yourself better every time you step on that stage, and you want to shine, and it's amazing. And even the people that you met there, it's like a real family. It's very nice, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I hear so many different positive things coming out of this. Obviously, looking at her, stunningly beautiful, articulate, and you can see where in this world where a lot of people are now focusing more on fitness and fashion and overall wellness and beauty, that this is a great benefit for them. And I kind of gather that there will be people here that might give you some opportunities, right? Like possibly model scouts or agencies. So can you kind of talk to me about that
Yes.
and about what can happen for our kids?
Well, so I'll tell you about I also will tell you about the kids, but it's going to be incredible because we're going to have at least 10 of some of the top model and talent agency from the United States to come, that's going to be here for this event. Okay. It's going to be an incredible event. It's going to be a next level type of event. Speaking to the gentleman at the Bahamas who runs the convention center there, when I show him the plan for this show, he goes, "This is the most spectacular event we're ever going to put in this venue."
We're really excited to bring WBFF to the island of the Bahamas, and we want to embrace the Bahamian culture and show the world, our unique style event. There's really nothing else like it around the world. And what we've done for 2019 is we're now incorporating the mini diva, the mini and mini mister. So we have our two daughters here who is our spokesmodels for the mini diva. So any kids out there, on the island even that want to take part in our event, we welcome all of them.
Okay, so listen, this sounds exciting, and we're only going to get to talk for a limited time this morning, but people are going to want more information. So how can they contact you? Where can they go to learn more about the categories, the age ranges, what they need to look like in order to qualify? Where do they go for that?
So they can go to our website, which is WBFFshows.com, or you can just look us up on social media. Go on Instagram and just punch in WBFF. There's millions of hashtags to follow. I mean millions. So us bringing this pageant to the Bahamas is going to be incredible. Just even for the local economy.
Right.
We're looking at 1,500 to 2,000 people coming to the island at a period when it's more of a slower time.
Right. It's
So
going to happen in August, correct?
yeah, it's going to be August 5th to the 10th.
Okay. All right, and I'm sure if we go to that website, we'll find more information on how we can get tickets, even if we just want to come on in and see the show.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
excellent.
we want we have the beautiful girls, but we also have the incredibly handsome, good-looking guys.
You're talking my language
Yes.
now. All right, so we're going to have to wrap up this segment, but thank you all so much for coming. Looking forward to seeing you again in August. And of course, you can find more information at
WBFFshows.com or follow at WBFF Kids.
WBFF Kids. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more after this commercial break.
WTO membership will bring benefits to the Bahamas. These benefits include increased economic growth and development, increased opportunities for Bahamian exports, higher employment, better income for Bahamian workers, lower cost of living for Bahamian consumers, increased choices for Bahamian consumers, modernization in government services, and better relations with trade partners. These benefits, combined with progressive planning and execution by our private and public sectors, will produce a better life for Bahamians.
I'm Jennifer Baisden, Group Sales and Marketing Manager for Bahamas Air, and it's my pleasure to invite you to experience Houston. From out-of-the-world excitement at Space Center's Houston, the gateway to NASA's mission control, to the over 10,000 restaurants representing cuisine from more than 70 countries. Houston has it all. Come, experience Houston with direct service on Bahamas Air. For more information on flight and packages, visit bahamasair.com.
My name is Regilio Bethel. My position on board Equinox is mate, relief captain. I must say that during our travels and journeys throughout the Exuma Keys, we've had a few dark or dead spots. Basically, there was no service. They were just dark spots. We would basically be dead ship out in the cold without any communication. And it's been like that for years, and we've gotten used to it. But Life has now provided us with a service which we can stay communicated during our entire voyages. And I've been waiting for Life to bring their service up to full more coverage throughout the Bahamas, which they've done in an amazing amount of time. So yeah, I would encourage them all to get that service. It's an awesome service, no interruptions, and it's awesome.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point, and we hope that you've been enjoying the show so far.
Yes, I have actually. We almost reached halfway there. Good show, Lauren and the Medical Association. Marcus those doctors. I'm sorry. Got to give them their due.
So familiar.
Got to give them their due. Friends first.
I know.
But yeah, it's always good when you have these young professionals who are so skilled at what they do, of course, sharing and imparting and, learning from each other. So I always think it's a good thing when, you have these conferences and something special always happens when people get together.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And that's what community is all about, right? And the idea of sharing knowledge, sharing what you know, sharing mistakes so that people can grow from them. Yeah. Certainly an awesome opportunity. So we've got more to come in the second half of the show. We've got University of the Bahamas here. They've got UB Fit. Had an outstanding time in Grand Bahama a couple months ago, and of course now they're back in the capital. Did it with us last year, and it was phenomenal. So looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah, got the race upcoming, of course. Women in STEM, I believe that's also a part of the conversation coming up. And of course, this is World Kidney Month, and they have a fun run walk on March 16th, beginning at 6 a.m. If that's a Saturday, I will be. Okay, let me not say.
Yeah,
that.
don't say things that you
Listen,
can't live up to.
participate. It's on the 16th at 6 a.m. Registration fee for the general public is $15. For patients, it's $10. I'm looking at a registration right here from Muggs.
Yeah, man. Miss Muggs she could take first place, so somebody got to come out and beat her. But listen, we hope that you will continue to stay with us. As we said, we've got more to come in the second half. Before we do that, we're going to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star. Good morning, Bahamas. Yes, second look at weather at Sunrise. High pressure is a dominant weather feature. That's going to shift towards the east, though, over the next 24 hours. Make way for a cold front move near Grand Bahama Navajo on Wednesday morning. That becomes stationary, will cause a couple of cloudy periods with 1 or 2 showers over the extreme northwest Bahamas over the next couple of days. In your marine forecast, those winds today east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet in the northwest and central Bahamas, easterly at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds become variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 foot northwest Bahamas, easterly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Then on Wednesday, winds easterly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over all areas. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 10:39 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 4:51 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 9 minutes past 11. Sunset at 7:15 this evening. Rises more at 7:22. UV index 8. Your water temperature 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase, we're now moving towards the first quarter. External look, partly sunny again tomorrow, but by Wednesday, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds. Wednesday and Thursday across Grand Bahama, Bimini, partly sunny over the rest of the islands, and those temperatures daytime will be in the low 80s, at nighttime in the upper 60s to lower 70s. That's what you're up on your fun. Look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. The University of Bahamas UB Fit is expecting hundreds of participants to show up, run, walk, bike, and skate along a 5K and 10K race routes in an effort to raise funds to support the special mobility needs at the University of Bahamas campuses. Of course, we are joined this morning by the Director of Development, Peter Mitchell. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Carla Knowles, UB Fit Race Manager. That's a blast from the past right there. And of course, friend Chandra Sawyer, Health Promotion Associate at Generali Worldwide. Did I say it right?
Yes, Generali Global Health.
Global Health.
Yes.
Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
All right,
Thanks
so
for
we're
having us.
doing it again.
Yes.
And of course, this is an annual fundraiser.
Yes, it's our third time.
This third time. Wow, it's only been 3. It feels like a little bit longer than that.
Mhm.
But tell us why the university sees this as such an important thing to do.
Well, it's important for the university to support special needs mobility. The disabled are sometimes disenfranchised persons in our community, but on our campus, we want to be able to afford them access around campus wherever they can. So we are on an operations plan, which includes making sure that happens in bathrooms, improving the way doors open, ramps, etc. So we're happy to do that, and also we're raising funds towards our annual fund that also improves the student experience in innovative ways on campus.
Yeah, definitely. But you don't do it alone, obviously. I mean, this is a partnership with Corporate Bahamas.
Yes, we are heartened to have as our title sponsor for 3 years running now, Generali Worldwide. And we are heartened by their support. They also support our UB Fit efforts in northern Bahamas as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So we've done more than 3. This will be the 5th one if you would account northern Bahamas.
Yeah, and you've raised, I think the last year was like 90,000, or is it 90,000 total?
Yes,
dollars?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Well,
yes.
Chandra, tell us a little bit about this partnership and why Generali thought it was such an important thing to be a part of.
Well, so Generali Global Health and Services, we operate in about 60 countries throughout the world. And so one of our core values is living the community. And as an employee benefit solutions provider, we saw that it's important for us to engage and support the communities in which we live. And so that's why we see it as a perfect opportunity to partner and to sponsor UB Fit. And then we also like the initiative behind the whole UB Fit concept is to support special needs mobility on campus. And we think that's also important for that student experience to help create a overall educational experience for our Bahamian students.
Well, I tell you what, it's become very popular. I mean, somehow it feels so much more than just 3 years. But Carla, you are the race manager.
Yes, I am.
Wow, so it's 5K and 10K.
Yes,
Well,
it
give
is.
us the details on both races.
Well, it starts at UB. It's on April 6th, and we're going to be going, traveling west along University Boulevard, heading towards the 6-leg roundabout. You're going to go around the roundabout, and for the 5K turnaround, it'll be turnaround right at DigiPress.
Okay.
And if you're going to the 10K, you will travel to Saunders Beach, heading towards Propel Track, turning around and heading back to UB. So we're really excited. It's 5K, as I mentioned, as well as the 10K. You can ride, bike, run, walk. So it's everybody.
Are there prizes in different categories? I mean,
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is. So we have prizes for everyone. So come out and support.
Yeah.
You can also push.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yes.
Definitely can push. What are the funds that are raised? What do they go towards?
They go towards just funding the building of the ramps.
So the entire bit.
Hopefully, putting in elevators will be something that's on the horizon.
All right.
Also, like we say, this year we want to focus on special door openers that would the special needs persons can access the different buildings easily, and have egress entrance in an easy fashion. We're happy that we're able to do it, and we're happy that we're getting so much support from persons like Generali. We have other sponsors like BPL, Insurance Company of the Bahamas. We have Bahamas Cooperative League, and others that are coming on board. So we are thankful, like I say, to Generali as our title sponsor and others that are coming on board. So we invite other corporate sponsors to please join in. It's not too late.
I mean, you spoke about kind of the mission and the mandate of Generali. Why do you think this is so important, not just in the Bahamas, but throughout the world, to focus on being fit?
Well, when you preserve your health, you preserve your life. And so we think that it's important at Generali to encourage opportunities and support opportunities for persons to develop and even to start that lifestyle journey, whether it's through health and through fitness. And we know that health fun run walks, they've become a popular craze because it targets persons from all levels of fitness. So if you're just beginning from walking, if you're running, if you're into cycling, cycling is also very low impact. So it targets every level. It targets different backgrounds as it relates to that fitness modality. And so everyone can participate, everyone can burn some calories, everyone can improve their movement. And, exercise helps to bring your life. It's like medicine for your body.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, some people coming in there to win, but I believe most people coming to have fun, right? Most people come fun. So how can, just a little bit about the registration process?
You can register at the Chapter 1 bookstore or Sports Center at Harbor Bay or online. And you can go online to ubfit.ub.edu.bs.
You mentioned there are several different categories. I imagine there's different age categories?
Yes,
For some of us who are numerically challenged.
Children can come out. We have an under 13 age group. We have 13 up and above. So up to 75. If you're 95, come on, join us.
All right, great, excellent. Peter, just one more time, the university has been doing its thing over the last several years. I mean, just so proud of the work that you've been doing. What do you see in the future with regards to not just the UB Fit program, but this partnership that you're having with the corporate Bahamas?
Well, corporate Bahamas is really the catalyst by which UB is able to perform and fulfill its mandate. We have as our strategic imperatives accreditation, banner implementation, which is a software that helps us to grow the university in a streamlined kind of way. We have a cultural transformation, and we have strategic planning as the strategic imperatives. And as a part of that, corporate Bahamas, since 2016, we've become the University of the Bahamas. So we are now a privately funded university which accepts government funding. So it's important that we have partners like Generali to assist us in the various efforts that we have in our capital campaign and our other fundraising efforts that creates opportunities for our students. We like to say our hedgehog is to prepare our students for a better life in a global society. So that's why we come to work every day. So that's what we're all about.
That's right. Tell you straight from the words of the Director of Development at the University of Bahamas, Peter Mitchell, joined of course by Carla Knowles, UB Fit Race Manager. What was the date again?
April 6th.
April 6th. And Chandra Sawyer, Health Promotion Associate, Generali
Global Health.
Global Health. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back. Thank you very much.
Hi, and welcome to Kidney Health. So what causes kidney disease? Diabetes is the most common cause in the United States and in the Caribbean, and is responsible for almost half new cases every year. Diabetic nephropathy is the medical term for kidney damage caused by diabetes. It can take 20 years or more for a person with diabetes to develop kidney disease. However, not all diabetic patients will develop this. Most people with diabetes also have high blood pressure, which can damage the blood vessels of the kidneys as well. Diabetes is a chronic disease that occurs either when the pancreas does not produce enough insulin or when the body cannot effectively use the insulin it produces. Insulin is a hormone that regulates blood sugar. Hyperglycemia or high blood sugar levels can cause damage to blood vessels in the body, including those leading to the brain, eyes, heart, kidneys, nerves, sexual organs, and feet. Unfortunately, many of these complications progress without signs and symptoms, so early screening and prevention is essential. A healthy diet, regular physical activity, maintaining a normal body weight, and avoiding tobacco use can prevent or delay its onset. Remember, knowledge is power, so the more you know, the better you will feel.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Call all of the young women and young men into the room. We're going to have an exciting conversation about all that is possible in the future as it relates to STEM. That is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Two of the women that I have sitting with me, dynamic women, pioneers in their field in their own rights. And they're going to be talking with us about what they did to celebrate International Women's Day by going into communities. And their names are Kelly Ashley Armstrong. She's an environmental engineer with Caribbean Coastal Services. And we also have with her today Elise Roberts. She's the technical director at Atometrics, and both of these belong to the Braun Group of companies. Ladies, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm so happy to have y'all with me, man, because I like smart people, and you guys have really done an outstanding job. First, let's talk about what you guys did on Friday. What was that all about? What happened exactly?
Sure. So on Friday, we visited C.I. Gibson High School, as well as the Windsor School at Albany, just to talk to the students about International Women's Day, why we celebrate it, give them some inspiration about options for careers in STEM, and really just to motivate them. So that was actually really inspiring for us as well. It was a good experience, and we definitely look forward to doing it again next year.
All right, doing it even bigger and better. And you all obviously two different companies kind of under the same company of umbrellas, and in very male-dominated fields, right? These are engineering, environmental sciences, and at least you do something special. Please tell me what it is, because I'm calling you a technical director, but let us know what that actually means.
Well, technically, our group is pretty small in Atometrics, but we do surveying and mapping. And so we try to do it with a twist, in a sense, and so we've added drones to our collection. And we use those drones to actually do topographic surveys. We do LiDAR surveys as well, and that gives us the elevation and just the shape of the ground, but they're very much needed at the beginning stages of development. And so that's where the majority of our work comes from. But we also do some remote sensing and GIS, that's Geographic Information Systems. And we would like to expand that eventually, you know, mapping the country and just throughout the region in general.
All right, and so let's kind of talk about what that would benefit us as, right? Because sometimes these things can, I'm not a technical girl like y'all. So, so when you talk about mapping, why is that relevant? Why should the Bahamas at this stage of our development be concerned with something like mapping out spaces?
Well, for starters, one of our concerns is that there's a lack of historical data in the country, and this assists with planning. So even when you see them doing road works and you have the storms come, it's good to have that data ahead of time, some historical data to work from, so that we can see how to better plan and mitigate for any future disasters. It's also applicable in businesses, you know, where's the best place to locate, say, a retail shop for just clothing, you know, where there's a lack and where business can actually be prosperous, because we have a lot of clusters and places fail just from a lack of knowledge of where is the best place to put a particular site.
That makes so much sense, right? Like, nobody thinks, I guess, about the technical side of what goes into that planning, but it makes a lot of sense as you talk about those things. And Kelly is an environmental engineer. I would assume that the work she does impacts you too. Kind of run us through how that environmental engineering works and why that type of work is relevant to what you do.
Sure. So even though we do Office of Environmental Engineering Services. I'm actually an environmental scientist.
Okay.
And yeah, so obviously mapping and surveying is very applicable because we do a lot of habitat mapping actually. So when we're trying to assess impacts on the environment of a particular development, we try to help map out the habitats to present a baseline of what the environment is actually like before the impacts start, so that we can properly map and monitor what the transition is from a virgin site to an impacted site. And that helps us identify what indicators we need to monitor as development progresses to ensure that the environment remains healthy.
So I consider all the women in the office, and obviously the office is made up of administration as well as technical fields like you guys, but generally it's about maybe 1 to 3 in your office. So I can imagine what it must have been like in the actual fields of study and before you started to work with a company that celebrates International Women's Day like Braun. But kind of talk to me about the grit that is needed, I guess, to be a woman in these fields, and what attracted you to it. And at least I'll start with you.
Well, what attracted me to it at first was I like that technology consistently changes. I needed something that will constantly evolve. I get bored easily. And I prayed about it, really. I wanted something that I could use back at home, something that was lacking because there are not many GIS professionals locally. And so I would like to see that expand, hence also going into the schools to speak to students. And so you know, initially we had to really develop a thick skin because most of the time you're going to be surrounded by men, not just men, but very few blacks as well. And so you have to sort of, you know, have that strong skin to be able to face it.
Kelly, any words on that as it relates to women who want to get into like the sciences field and be a scientist? Because I don't even think girls consider it as an option, right? So how do we open their minds to that and kind of just encourage them that if this is something you'd like to do, pursue it?
Yeah, agreed. So much like Elise, I also had to pray on it as well to find the right opportunity. But I always knew I wanted to be a scientist. When I was in high school, I had awesome science teachers, and it just always interested me. When I went to the College of the Bahamas, I was exposed more into the research field there. So when I did decide to study environmental science, I had to go off to school to finish my degree. But after that, you know, opportunities sort of just blossomed. There are so many training and development opportunities to expand, you know, the profession and my interests. And when I went off to do my master's, I had a full scholarship. So there are actually a lot of different opportunities, particularly for people that are interested in STEM, and particularly black female students. There are lots of opportunities because the community does recognize that they are failing that section of our community where we don't really have a lot of black female students engaged in STEM.
All right, well, ladies, I mean, I could talk to y'all all day about this. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, obviously, celebrating International Women's Day, going into our schools, saying things like there are scholarships there for you, right? So I hope you guys hear that. You got a black female in your house, there are scholarships, particularly for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, related fields. Can we reach you guys at Braun? Is there a number? How do we contact you? Just if we want to find out more about what you do and perhaps,
telephone number is 327-5348. And my email address is karmstrong@caribbeancoastal.com.
All right. Well, ladies, thanks again for joining us this morning.
All right. Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise, encouraging you to follow your dreams, to pursue it, whether you were the only one in the field or not, and reminding you that you can do it. We're going to be back with more after this commercial break.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Since 1967, Focal has been a vital part of the Grand Bahama community, providing high-quality products and great customer service. Today, we continue to work hard and remain focused on fueling growth for people throughout the Bahamas.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's show. We hope that you truly enjoyed it. Of course, we enjoyed bringing it to you.
Every Monday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Indeed.
Listen, have a wonderful week. Those of you who are celebrating birthdays, all of my saints, have a wonderful week. Bengi, Froggy, let know all their business.
Snake, listen. Listen, we're going to be back with more on Friday. We will see you then. Make it a wonderful and safe week. Bye.
Bye.